Hi guys, welcome back to the BMW Guide channel, and today we are talking about diesel particulate filters. So yeah, as you can see, the car's nice and dirty, just to be talking about dirty diesel stuff. And also we've got our Halloween pumpkins, as we're just coming up to Halloween. Yeah, today I just wanted to talk about a few of the issues that people may encounter with the M47 engines and their DPFs. So a DPF is a diesel particulate filter, and it's essentially another emissions system that, believe it or not, filters out the particulates from your diesel car. So it sort of works in conjunction with the just wait for this stupid bike to go past. It sort of works in conjunction with the EGR system. So the EGR system burns off as much of the diesel fume as possible, and then the filter is literally a filter in the exhaust system that catches more of the ash and soot and stuff. So yeah, you may have heard a lot of press recently about DPFs failing or getting blocked or everything like that. So today we're going to be discussing why this happens and also how to stop it happening. So yeah, let's get into it. So obviously DPFs and diesels in general are better suited to doing long journeys, long miles. If you do lots of short journeys, you may start to experience issues with your DPF, and that's because it isn't able to what's called regenerate. So as it collects these particles, it then essentially tries to build up heat in order to burn them away. So it's very similar to the EGR system, except we're not recirculating them into the engine. We're doing the last little bits are caught and then essentially burnt off in the exhaust. However, if you don't get the exhaust and stuff up to temperature, these can get blocked, and then this leads to all sorts of issues, like the car will go in limp mode. You can get engine warning lights. Fortunately, I don't have any of those at the moment, but I do quite a few miles. So there are sort of two main ways to get these sorted. The first of which is sort of a normal regeneration. So these cars, the ECUs and everything have a system which can regenerate the DPFs. So what they'll do is, when the conditions are right, and on these cars you have to be sort of travelling over 80 kilometers an hour, which is about 50 miles an hour, for about 40 minutes or so. So sort of a nice long motorway run, and that will completely regenerate the DPF. So it allows the exhaust to get up to temperature and essentially burn off those stored particles within the diesel particulate filter. Another way is to sort of force a regeneration through apps such as Carly. So obviously, as you guys may probably know, if you watch my channel, I use a software called Carly to look after my car, and I can sort of override the DPF system in order to essentially make it happen sooner. So yeah, I think the standard BMW system also works on a mileage basis, so that's worth considering. So essentially what you could do with the Carly one is override that mileage, which means that you can then essentially do DPF regenerations much sooner. And this is important if you're doing shorter miles, shorter journeys, because the car obviously can't build up and more soot and ash enters the filter, hence why it gets clogged up. So by using Carly, you can essentially do a DPF regeneration whenever you want, which is very beneficial for people who do short journeys. Again, the conditions still have to be met, so you still have to drive at 80 kilometers an hour or 50 miles per hour for about 40 minutes for it to complete, but you are much more free as to when you can do that, rather than you having to be at a certain mileage. So that's something to consider, and it's one of the benefits of using a system like Carly. Finally, I want to talk about sort of the issues. There are ways that your car can be more susceptible to the DPF clogging as well. So as I spoke about, the short journeys obviously doesn't allow the DPF the particles within the DPF to burn off, but also if you have any sort of glow plug issues, this can also cause this can essentially prevent your DPF regenerating properly. So what I'll do is I'll just show you under the bonnet. So my car currently it struggles to start in cold temperatures, and that is down to a glow plug issue. It's not actually the glow plugs themselves that are the issue. It's quite a common issue on these cars, and it's actually the glow plug module, which is sort of located in underneath here. There's obviously an M47 car, so it'll vary. But basically what that means is that it's a very common issue that essentially disrupts the way that the glow plugs work. Normally it's not an issue, however if you're doing short journeys and you're struggling to get proper DPF regeneration, then that could be a consideration. Also, if you've got issues with your glow plugs, actually the glow plugs themselves, they need replacing. This essentially means that when started, there's going to be much more fumes and soot going through the exhaust pipe, which in turn will cause issues with the DPF. So yeah, that was just a quick video, guys, discussing DPFs and how to sort of prevent yourself having issues. Essentially, you just need to do one big long journey every now and then at sort of high speed motorways. If you haven't got a motorway near you, perhaps like a busy A road or something like that, just so you can keep that speed up at a constant temperature. Get the exhaust up to a constant temperature and allow those DPF filters to really regenerate and burn off all the crap inside them. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know if you've had any issues with your DPF at all. It'd be quite interesting to know how frequent these are. Fortunately, touch wood, I haven't had any issues with this car so far in terms of the DPF. So I've got a nice big long journey on Friday, which is going to be about 250 miles. So hopefully we'll get a nice regeneration there. I'll just set it up on Carly to do it while I'm going. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.